Joy Guru.
Joy Guru.
This is Banyan Roots, a podcast series on musical mystics of West Bengal, India and Bangladesh, known as the Baul or Fakir.
Their philosophy defies definition but has been influenced by many faiths that have taken roots in Bengal.
Like how one banyan tree's dangling roots are actually comprised of many different species of tree all interwoven together and reaching for soil.
Sufism, Vaishnavism, and Vajrayana Buddhism all made their way into this still evolving tradition.
I am Lucia Thomas.
And I am Subhajit Sengupta.
We'll be your hosts.
And translators.
And I'm also the violinist on this show. We'll be sharing my own live recordings of songs and discussions that I collected while playing, traveling, and living with the Baul in villages throughout West Bengal, India.
Today, you will be hearing more songs about the Bhakti tradition, but with a focus on Islamic symbolism.
Bauls usually live in Hindu majority areas, and fakirs usually come from Muslim areas. Baul songs use more images of Krishna or other gods, where fakiri songs will sing often about Allah or Muhammad, also called Nobi. But fakirs also sing about Hindu gods, and Bauls also sing about Islamic saints.
In this song, our friend Robi Baul is singing about a Sufi saint named Moinuddin Chishti, fondly called Khwajababa.
Pakhi tui Pakha Mele ure jabi aaj mere jare ja Pakhi ure ja Khwajar darbare jare ja Pakhi ure ja Khwajar darbare.
Khwajababa was a prominent figure accredited for spreading the Chishti order of Sufi Islam throughout the Indian subcontinent in the 12th century.
The Chishti order is known for its ecstatic love of God, as well as its creativity and openness in expression and practice. The great poet Jalaluddin Rumi was from the Chishti order. One of the Chishti sayings encapsulates the beauty and depth of this practice.
One has to be generous as the river, warm as the sun, and hospitable as the earth.
Sate koriya niyo amaro selam khani bhaktir piyala bhore niye jao chokher pani. Sate koriya niyo amaro selam khani bhaktir piyala bhore niye jao chokher pani. সেই জলে ধুয়াইবো হাজারো চরণ খানি সেই জলে ধুয়াইবো হাজারো চরণ খানি চুম্বিও চরণে আল্লাহ আল্লাহ চুম্বিও চরণে নয়নে রাখো মোরে যারে যা পাখি উড়ে যা খাজার দরবারে যারে যা পাখি উড়ে যা খাজার দরবারে.
You are hearing a song called Pakhi tui Pakha Mele, sung by Robi Baul. The lyrics go, "O little bird, spread your wings and fly to Ajmer. Go, fly to the courtyard of Khwaja. Take with you my greetings and a cup filled with tears of devotion. With my tears wash the feet of Khwaja. Kiss those feet so that he might gaze upon me."
In this song, the poet Latif Sarkar is imploring a little bird to take his devotion to Ajmer. Ajmer is one of the important pilgrimage sites because it is home to the Dargah Sharif, the tomb of Moinuddin Chishti or Khwajababa, who was also called Garib Nawaz, the king of the poor. Ajmer is in current-day Rajasthan, India.
The lyrics of this song describe a love and longing for Khwaja, which to me is painfully beautiful. To yearn for the divine is itself an experience of the divine, And at some point, they say, this intense longing transforms into union and unimaginable joy. The next verse will go, I'll tie the marital flower garland around Khaja's neck. I'll tell him the deepest secrets of my heart. Filled with devotion, my heart will touch the ground at his feet. Go tell Khaja how much I love him.
চামেলি মালতী খাজার গলে পরাইও আমার মনের কথা গোপনে তারে বলিও চামেলি মালতী খাজার গলে পরাইও আমার মনের কথা গোপনে তারে বলিও ভক্তের হিয়া খাজার চরণ তলে সুখী বলিও খাজারে কত ভালোবাসি তারে যারে যা পাখি উড়ে যা খাজার দরবারে যারে যা পাখি উড়ে যা খাজার দরবারে.
The next verse will go, adorn your eyes with the ritual mascara. Fill your heart with the sound of Khaja's name. I will sing his honey-soaked name day and night. Latif Sarkar's heart yearns for Khaja ceaselessly.
নয়নে ভরে নো পবিত্র সুরমা বলি হৃদয়ে ভরে নো খাজার নামের ধ্বনি নয়নে ভরে নো পবিত্র সুরমা বলি হৃদয়ে ভরে নো খাজার নামের ধ্বনি সেই নামে মধু ভরে গাইব দিন রজনী সেই নামে মধু ভরে গাইব দিন রজনী লতিফ সরকারের মন আল্লাহ আল্লাহ লতিফ সরকারের মন চাই খাজাকে সারাক্ষণ যারে যা পাখি উড়ে যা খাজার দরবারে যারে যা পাখি উড়ে যা খাজার দরবারে পাখি তুই পাখা মেলে উড়ে যাবি আজ রে যারে যা পাখি উড়ে যা খাজার দরবারে যারে যা পাখি উড়ে যা খাজার দরবারে যারে যা পাখি উড়ে যা খাজার দরবারে যারে যা পাখি উড়ে যা খাজার দরবারে.
That was Robi Baul singing a song by current-day composer Latif Sarkar. The poet was singing of longing for the 12th century Sufi saint Moinuddin Chishti, lovingly called Khwajababa. About 100 years after Khwajababa lived another saint of the Chishti order named Amir Khusro. Amir Khusro was a Sufi mystic, poet, singer, and is considered the father of Qawwali music.
As you may know, Qawwali is a very powerful style of devotional Sufi music from the Indian subcontinent. You can listen to the legendary Qawwal Ustad Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan or Abida Parveen from Pakistan for the authentic style of Qawwali music.
You are listening now to the incredible Ustad Farid Ayaz and his team in Karachi, Pakistan. We didn't get to travel there ourselves, but our dear friend Saad Alvi helps to curate a beautiful YouTube channel called Dream Journey. You can listen to many Qawwali singers there, and their videos all include English translations. The following poem translation I took directly from Dream Journey's YouTube video of this song.
This song is by poet Nawab Muazzam Shaji, who was born in Hyderabad, India in 1907. This poem is speaking about love for God, who is personified as the tormentor. The lyrics paint a painful relationship of a devotee who longs so deeply for God, but is rewarded with ingenious torture techniques from the beloved.
The lyrics go, I shall travel to the house of idolatry, circle around it and prostrate myself before the idols. If I find a suitable buyer, I shall sell off my faith and my belief.
फरोशम दीनु ईमारा दिल की दुनिया को जो बर्बाद किया करता है दिल की दुनिया को जो बर्बाद किया करता है दिल की दुनिया को जो बर्बाद किया करता है दिल की दुनिया को जो बर्बाद किया करता है उसी बेदर्द को दिल याद किया उसी बेदर्द
The one who lays the world of my heart to waste. My heart longs for that same heartless knave.
जब कभी जुल्म वो ईजाद किया करता कभी जुल्म वो ईजाद किया करता है जब कभी जुल्म वो ईजाद किया करता है सबसे पहले वो मुझे याद
Whenever he invents some new torture, some fresh torment, the first person he thinks of is tormenting me.
कुछ अजब लुत्फ से बेदाद किया करता है कुछ अजब लुत्फ से बेदाद किया करता है कुछ अजब लुत्फ से बेदाद किया करता है बालों पर नोच के आज़ाद
He tortures me in such strange, mischievous ways. Cutting off my wings, he designs to set me free.
उसकी बेदाद को दिल याद किया करता है क्यों कि शबे हिज्र
But the heart still longs for that same tormentor.
शबो मुजस्सम वफा है कि जिनको वो मुजस्सम वफा है कि जिनको हमी वो मुजस्सम वफा है कि जिनको तेरे सितम भी बतर्ज़े करम
I am the very image of loyalty, who, recalling his tortures, could only count them as benevolences.
Shaji aaj tanha cham mein gaye
Today, Shaji went alone to promenade in the flower garden. With every step, I recalled the faded echoes of his footsteps.
One aspect of Qawwali singing which is less common in Baul music is the male chorus singing. If you listen to Ustad Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan or any of these qawwals, there will be always 3 to 5 men singing and clapping along with the lead vocalist.
Qawwali music, fortunately, has become popular enough that it is possible to hear this music in many US cities. But few people know about the Bangla Qawwali music that is sung in Bangladesh and eastern parts of India. This Bangla Qawwali music is also devotional to Allah and Sufi saints, but is sung in the Bengali language rather than in Urdu or Farsi, like most Qawwali music. In the next song, Robi Baul is leading, but his voice is joined by those of the other musicians. Especially revelrous is the voice of Shattoki Banerjee, who is also playing Dotara. Here's Robida again, singing another devotional song to Khwajababa. The composer is Dewan Rajak, and the song is called Amar Khwajababar Chobi.
ওই আমার খাজা বাবার ছবি দেখাই নিজ মিনারে আমার খাজা বাবার ছবি দেখাই নিজ মিনারে চলো দেখে যাই খাজার দরবারে ও চলো দেখে যাই খাজার দরবারে
lyrics go. My Khwajababa's picture can be found in my own shrine. Let's go and see the court of Khwajababa. This song, as many Baul songs, uses images of Bhakti, devotion, but places them inside the body. Baul worship the body, but these images of external devotion can make meditation more powerful.
External devotion to these popular saints also helps the singer to fit into mainstream Bengali society. Baul and Fakir were and continue to be oppressed or ostracized from their villages for their peculiar style of worship. Their meditations and philosophy were not accepted by the majority of Bengali families. So Baul and Fakir found ways to disguise these practices within more commonly accepted language, using images of devotion to external gods or saints that hint at their occult practices using a twilight language.
But this devotion is not just for show. The fakirs I met spoke very seriously about events in the Quran and the significance of Nobi or Nur. These are names for Muhammad. They would get into heated arguments about what exactly Muhammad meant or wrote, and how these meanings applied to the words of Lalon Fakir or other Baul Fakiri poet saints.
While as a group, fakirs are very devout, most of them do not make the Hajj, the trip to Mecca. They say that Mecca is inside their own body and must be visited inside. Many will not go to the mosque to pray, for they say that Allah's house is within.
The next verse will go. Suddenly, one day in Khaja's minarets, I got to see his reflection. How many devotees are at that place in order to see Khaja's image? The next verse goes, honeybees of Allah never die. This is described in the Quran. Khwajababa is one of these honeybees. You can see the proof in Ajmer. Honeybees are said to be an example of how to live a spiritual life. They eat what is pure and produce that which is pure. Whatever they touch, they aid and do not harm. Their work is holy work, pollinating the land and allowing crops to grow. And their life is one of devotion to their queen. Everything they do with obedience and devotion. The last verse will go, on either side of my Khaja's picture, you can see Makkah and Medina. Dewan Rajak is wishing to see this picture. He will sing this song his whole life long.
রাজ্জাক সেই ছবি দেখার আসে, দেওয়ান রাজ্জাক সেই ছবি দেখার আসে। এ গান গাইব আমি জীবন ভরে, ও এ গান গাইব আমি জীবন ভরে। খাজা বাবার ছবি দেখায় নিজ মিনারে, আমার খাজা বাবার ছবি দেখায় নিজ মিনারে। চলো দেখে যাই খাজার দরবারে, ও 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 চলো দেখে যাই খাজার দরবারে।
That was Robi Baul singing a song by Dewan Rajak called Amar Khaja Babar Chobi. This song was recorded by Shattoki Banerjee at his studio in Kolkata. Shattokida is an incredibly adventurous musician and a kind supporter of Baul artists. He is often called the urban Baul. He plays a vast range of musical styles, including Hindustani classical and his own original songs. I'm very moved by the images of this song, Amar Khaja Babar Chobi. It inspires me to think about an internal shrine room, like how Dewan Rajak is able to see Makkah and Medina within, and keep his focus on these images of devotion throughout his whole life. How to do this? Let's hear what Selina D has to say.
Ekbar Allah bolo mon re pakhi একবার মওলা বলো মন রে পাখি একবার আল্লাহ বলো মন রে পাখি কেউ হবে না সাথের সাথী কেউ হবে সঙ্গের সাথী একবার আল্লাহ বলো মন রে পাখি একবার মওলা বলো মন রে পাখি।
This is Selina D singing Ekbar Allah bolo mon re pakhi. The lyric goes, say the name of Allah, O bird of my mind. Say the name Maulana, O bird of my mind. No one will be your companion there.
ভুলো না ভবের ভ্রান্ত কাজ আখেরে সব কার্য মিছে ভুলো না ভবের ভ্রান্ত কাজ আখেরে সব কার্য মিছে এসেছো একা যেতে হবে একা এসেছো একা যেতে হবে একা এ ভব পীড়িতের ফল কি একবার আল্লাহ বলো মন রে পাখি একবার মওলা বলো মন রে পাখি।
Selina D, or Selina Fokorini, shared with me this beautiful song by Lalon Fakir, which features the love of Allah. As many Vaishnavites will say Haribol, Haribol, or say the name of Krishna, this song asks the mind, or the bird of the mind, to repeat the name of Allah. The lyrics go, don't do useless work mindlessly. At the end, it is all in vain. You came alone and you will have to go alone. What will come of this world once you go there? Say the name of Allah, O bird of my mind. Say the name Maulana, O bird of my mind.
হা বন্ধ হলে সম্বন্ধ কিছু না ঘরের বাহির করবে সবাই হা বন্ধ হলে সম্বন্ধ কিছু না ঘরের বাহির করবে সবাই সেদিন কে বায়াপন কে হে বাপর কে বায়াপন কে হে বাপর কে বে ঝরিবে আখি একবার আল্লাহ বলো মনরে পাখি একবার মওলা বলো মনরে পাখি
Repeating a name is an important meditation, which some try to do all day long. I remember an elevator attendant I saw frequently at a hospital in Kolkata, where my Baba, my father-in-law, was staying for some time during his knee surgery. This attendant, sitting by the elevator buttons, was always chanting. He would ask for which floor, but as soon as the question left his mouth, he would return to saying softly under his breath, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Each day we visited Baba, I noticed the elevator attendant chanting and chanting all day long. Selina D told me about different meditations she would do repeating the name of Allah. She told me it doesn't matter what name I say, that I could say Jesus or Mary or any name that moves me. Repetition of a name, she says, will concentrate the mind and increase the love and devotion in your heart. Say the name of Allah, O bird of my mind. Say the name Maulana, O bird of my mind.
গোরের কিনারায় যখন নিয়া যায় খাঁদিয়া সবাই জীবন দিতে চায় গোরের কিনারায় যখন নিয়া যায় কাঁদিয়া সবাই জীবন ছাড়তে চায় লালন ভেবে কয় কেহ কারো নয় লালন ভেবে কয় কেহ কারো নয় থাকতে হবে একাকী একবার আল্লাহ বলো মনরে পাখি একবার মওলা বলো মনরে পাখি একবার আল্লাহ বলো মনরে পাখি
রূপকাষ্টের নৌকা খানে রূপকাষ্টের নৌকা খানে নাই ডুবার ভয় এ নৌকা নাই ডুবার ভয় পারে কে যাবে নবীর নৌকাতে আয় পারে কে যাবে নবীর নৌকাতে আয়.
We met Nur Baba in the first episode. He drives people around in his tiny toto and leads a very difficult life. But he has a very strong devotion, and his heart is full of love and kindness.
This is Nur Baba singing a song by Lalon Fakir called Pare Ke Jabi Nobir Noukate Aaye.
The lyrics go, Who wants to cross the river, come to Nobi's boat. The boat is made of beautiful wood, so it cannot sink. The boatmen without knowledge will die in the slap of a storm. What will the Bodor saint do? Where will he stay?
বেসরা নিয়ে যারা তুফানে যাবে মারা একই ধাক্কায় বেসরা হয়ে যারা তুফানে যাবে মারা একই ধাক্কায় কি করবে তোর বদরে কাজী থাকিবে কোথায় বদর কাজী থাকিবে কোথায় পারিকে যাবে নবীর নৌকাতে আয় পারিকে যাবে.
The next verse goes, Those who do not obey the Prophet are the non-believers in this world. To worship him is free of cost. You can write it clearly in the contract. Whoever is the Guru is the messenger. Here is no falsehood. He is also God. This wasn't said by Lalon. It is written in Quran.
মুর্শিদ সেই তো রাসূল তাহাতে নাই কোনো ভুল খোদা সে হয় হে মুর্শিদ সেই তো রাসূল তাহাতে নাই কোনো ভুল খোদা সে হয়. লালন বলে কথায় আমার নয় কোরআনে কয় এ কথা কোরআনে কয় পারিকে যাবি নবীর নৌকাতে আয় পারিকে যাবি. দুঃখের এই নৌকাখানি নাই ডুবার ভয় নৌকায় নাই ডুবার ভয় পারিকে যাবি নবীর নৌকাতে আয় পারিকে যাবি নবীর নৌকাতে আয় পারিকে যাবি নবীর নৌকাতে আয়.
That was Nur Baba singing a song by Lalon Phokir, Pare ke jabi, Nobir Noukate Aaye.
I asked Nur Baba to tell us a little bit about the meaning of this song.
ভোটটা এমনি চলবে না নদীর ছাড়া.
The boat won't go without the river. I need to get from this side to the other. To go to the other side, you need a boatman. That boatman is like your Jesus. Jesus will take you to the other shore. When I will die, with a pure, joyful, holy soul, I may go and see him. To get to the other side, if you keep working, you won't need any money. Then he will take me there himself. This is what the lyrics of the song are talking about. This isn't a fancy boat. It's a very basic, simple boat. But it does the job. That is, it takes you to the other side. Lalon says, he who is the Peer or Murshid is the actual Ishwar, and he is also the God. And Jesus is the Son of God.
ক্ষুধা আছে
Above Jesus, there is Khoda or God. Whoever is the Guru is Jesus, and he is Khoda or God. The Guru is the starting point of Khoda. The Guru is everything.
এবার বলি আরেকটা কথা
I don't know
তোমার হাতে ঈশ্বর
how you show your faith, but do you have faith in God?
এটা তোমরা জানো
Do you believe that there is God?
In general, when I conducted these interviews, I would ask teachers to talk about the songs they sang and quietly listen. Bengali oratorical style is such that sometimes the speaker will ask bewildering and puzzling questions which they don't expect you to answer. Then the speaker will fill in the blank with something simple yet profound that makes you feel their brilliance. In this moment, however, Nur Baba was genuinely asking me a question. I could have dodged, but I was interested in prodding the question that I brought up in our last episode. If the Baul are seeking an internal God, the praner manush, the soulmate, why is devotion to an external God so important? In many of Lalon's songs, he ridicules organized religion and says how these identities are sowing discord between communities and even preventing people from finding their own real truth. But in this song that Nur Baba shared, Lalon says to have obedience to the Prophet. I felt confused and wanted to understand. At that time, my Bengali was not at the level where I could articulate the nuanced nature of my question, but I could prod a little.
তা তুমি ঈশ্বরকে বিশ্বাস
Do you believe there is a God? Ishwar, Bhagavan?
No, I don't have this faith.
খোদা আল্লাহ তুমি
Then who do you believe in?
I believe that God is inside each person.
ঠিক আছে মানুষের ভেতরে
It is okay that there is God inside all people, but there is God. There is someone.
দেশে বিজ্ঞানকে বেশি
You all believe in science in your country, right?
মা আমার বাবা
After my mom and dad gave my birth, I was given life. How?
From the seed.
How does that work?
অন্য কিছু তো না জল
It's just water.
তাই তো
There isn't anything else. Water from two places, and then something new is created.
তরল জিনিস থেকে
Some new form out of liquid. How does it become life? There is something special that makes life. So who made this life? Who is that? Their name is God. If God is within everyone, and that's what you believe,
ঈশ্বর যখন
do you know where he resides? What does God look like?
ঈশ্বর থাকে
Does he look like you
কোথায় থাকে
or
সেটা
me
জানো না
or that guy?
ঈশ্বর কি রূপ
The Baul say
কি রূপ তার
we have to get to know him.
না ওর মতো
You have to know who this is.
What I said to Nur Baba wasn't the whole truth, though at that time I was in a more skeptical phase. Right now, I believe in God and speak to her often, mostly with gratitude for the abundance of gifts that I've been given. But also, I've had a hard time with faith. Throughout my life, I've been pulled by spirituality. Many of my closest friends from childhood are devout Christians, but my adolescent curiosity would often erupt in harsh intellectualizing of my friends' faith, which actually I was quite envious of, but just couldn't muster myself. I went searching in many corners of the earth, but I didn't really know what I was looking for. When I found Vipassana meditation, it felt like I had finally found a path to walk, where one foot in front of the next, I was noticing changes in my life and in myself. I cherish this path and have dedication to it. Vipassana is a meditation technique passed down directly from the Buddha, which centers breath and body awareness. But there are no gods or images, no names or verbalizations are utilized in this meditation. One must rely solely on one's own physical experience.
But the Bauls use a combination of Deho, body meditations, and Bhakti, devotional practices. We can see the ancient influences from Vajrayana Buddhism in their Deho meditations, and we can see the influences of Sufi and Vaishnava devotional traditions within their Bhakti practice.
Ultimately, the Baul path, like many monastic paths, is about freeing oneself from the ego. In episode 1, we talked about how Bauls beg for alms as a practice of burning the ego.
Right. This practice of begging is called madhukori, and it came from the word madhukar, meaning honeybee, who flies from flower to flower gathering honey.
So the Baul have these body-centric meditations that systematically help to free them from the ego, but also the process of submitting to a higher power, giving up all control in life to the will of God, can be deeply humbling. And besides all that, it's super moving to sing for God. The emotions can be totally overpowering when the music is for a higher power. I see it also in gospel music. When the chord change is just right, half the congregation will stand up with arms raised, praising Jesus.
So this combination of meditation and devotion allows the Baul to enter ecstatic divine love states and infuses their music with wild abandon.
Thanks for listening. Today you heard songs exploring Bhakti, devotion in the context of Islamic faith.
Please tune in for the next episode, Light of the Guru, which will be our last episode on Bhakti, this time focusing on Bhakti for the Guru, the teacher, or the Murshid.
For a summary of the songs, composers, and artists of today's episode, as well as links to listen and learn more, please check out the show notes. This podcast series is the fruit of 2 Fulbright fellowships I undertook in West Bengal, India. Many thanks to the Fulbright-Nehru program. Special thanks also to Biplab Ghosh, Arnab Sengupta, Rina and Manosij Goswami for help in the field, to Gene Nemirovsky for audio engineering, to all the musicians and teachers who recorded for me, and to my husband and co-host Subhajit Sengupta for making this show possible. My name is Lucia Thomas, and you've been listening to Banyan Roots, a podcast series on the Baul and Fakir, musical mystics from Bengal. Please visit Banyan Roots on www.amplasoundsradio.com to find out more.
Jai Guru.
Joy Guru.